For over 35 years, the Cacciatore family has provided state-of-the-art auto collision repairs. V&J Auto Body is not only certified to repair all makes and models, V&J is one of the few auto body repair shops certified by Tesla to repair and recalibrate their automobiles, as well as other electric and hybrid vehicles. Detailed repairs combined with award-winning concierge service makes V&J the only choice for your collision repair needs. V&J will pick up your automobile wherever on Long Island you are, provide you with a rental, and deliver your vehicle when the job is complete. Too good to be true? Visit VJAutobody.com. That's VJAutobody.com. Come over and meet the crew. VJ Auto Body's 2 state-of-the-art facilities are equipped with the latest technologies in auto repair. Let V&J communicate with your insurance company for you and deliver back to you a detailed, perfectly repaired vehicle. Contact V&J Auto Body by visiting VJAutobody.com or call 631-226-0070. That's 631-226-0070. All right, I hope everyone's feeling all right out there. This is Peter Krausch, your humble host with the best and only show, Crash Course Radio. That's right, been on the air for a year and a half, still going strong. Welcome to Crash Course, Long Island's first and only radio show dedicated to promoting and supporting the privately owned and operated auto body industry across the wonderfully fruited plains of Long Island, hopefully to be spreading statewide one day. Of course, if you've been following us, you know what our mantra is, right? We are giving you knowledge and information you need and can use and advice you can trust. And that is never more true than today, folks, right? We talked about the information highway, how that gets a lot slippery out there, right? The slippery highway, I like to call it, all right? Anyway, yeah, welcome to the show. I got a lot of stuff to unpack here, a little continuation on some of the things I was hitting on last week. I didn't get a chance to really wrap that up well. And we're going back to that question. Going to get an answer. I know somebody wants to win something. Somebody wants to get something free. I thought everybody likes free stuff. Remember the old cliche, if it's free, it's for me? All right. Anyway, 631-451-1039. 631-451-1039 brings you into the studio here to talk to little old me. If you got something on your mind, you want to be part of the show, you got a question, we should have an answer. All right, folks, like I like to say here, if you are filing a claim or need to file a claim with your insurance company, please give us a call. We've helped many, many people, all right, in this aspect. Hey, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Anchor. All right, we're going to be, this is June, so we're going to be migrating over to that Spotify there. We're looking to do like a 5 or 10 minute little snippet there, all right, stuff that you didn't hear on the show is going to be there. All right, so if podcasting's your thing, check us out over there at Spotify. All right, you're going to hear something a little different than what you heard in the afternoon here with me on the afternoon show. You can also catch us on Sundays. All right, it is a rerun of the show. All right, but you can catch us Sunday afternoons. I don't know, I think it's at 1 o'clock or something like that. All right, so if you got nothing to do and you're hanging out in your car, or you're just driving around, and maybe you heard me talking about something and you was kind of scratching your head, wondering what I had to say, you didn't quite get it all. Hey. Reruns are abound here at Crash Course Radio, right? You can go to 103.9, right, on your dial, and you can find us there, all right? Rerun of the show, pretty cool. Same with Spotify. All right, Spotify, we got the podcast there. All right, a lot of it right now is kind of static. It's a reproduction of the show, all right? And you can find all of our shows there at Spotify, all right? So if you heard our guest on the show that you found interesting, you can pluck that show and listen to it again. All right, so all cool stuff. YouTube, all right, Facebook, fancy stuff. Instagram, really great place to find me, folks. I like to do a lot of quick videos there when I got something for the folks. All right, so again, check us out at all those areas. If you are an Instagram person, you like that kind of thing, please go there and follow us. All right, find us at you can find us there at collisionservicenetwork.com. That's collisionservicenetwork.com. All right, and click the follow button and start following me. All right, a lot of cool things happen there on Instagram. Got a very dynamic Facebook page, all right? We like to showcase our client businesses on our network, all right? And Collision Services Network, of course, I am the founder, all right, and president of Collision Services Network. It is the only network dedicated to supporting and promoting the privately owned auto body industry. But more importantly, folks, it is a network dedicated to you. All right, what we mean by that is, hey, if you need a body shop, all right, we talked about this, body shops, one of those things, it's kind of a mystique, right? It's not something you need all the time, like a mechanical So I get it, right? I was an insurance guy for almost 30 years. I saw that with people, the frustration. People just don't have a clue, right? Oh, my God, I got in an accident. I haven't had an accident in 20 years. Oh, I never had an accident. Now I did. Where do I get my car fixed? Well, now thanks to collisionservicesnetwork.com, you don't have to worry about that anymore, right? You go there and you're going to find one of our network partners on our amazing network. Hey, folks, these auto body shops, they're not working for the insurance company, all right? They're going to work for you, all right? I've dedicated many shows to that topic. Big difference, all right? Please do not fall victim to that, all right? If you file a claim and you haven't listened to me or you didn't get a chance to talk to us and you filed it on your own, I get it, all right? But don't fall under the spell of the insurance company. All right, they can't force you to do anything other than cooperate and report the claim. All right, other than that, you're free to do whatever you want with your car, wherever you want it fixed. All right, and you're going to have it fixed if you're listening to this show at one of our shops. All right, collisionservicenetwork.com, one of our amazing network partners. All right, they're going to fix your car the way you want it fixed, not the way the insurance guys do. Big difference there. All right, and more importantly, folks, very important here, very important. I stress this all the time. If something happens, and it happens a lot, okay, whatever it is, if there's a disagreement in what needs to be repaired versus replaced, if there's a paint problem, if there's a blending problem with color matching, anything like that, or the negotiations break down, you want a shop that's on your side, not the insurance company side. All right, so you go to the Collision Service Network shop, and they're going to make sure that if something happens, they're going to be representing your interests. All right, they're going to stand in your shoes, and they're going to back you up, all right, and they're going to support you. All right, they're customer warriors, and their only concern is you. All right, so that's one of the good things we do here well, that's one of the things we do through collisionservicenetwork.com. And, of course, Crash Course Radio, we like to think of that as the voice of that, right? As well as the voice of the privately owned auto body industry. All right, so all good stuff. And on that note with the website, listen, I deeply apologize. I hope this hasn't been a major upset for some people. Folks, if you need me, please give me a call. All right, you can always reach me at 631-452-2569. That's 631-452-2569. Write that number down. That takes you to little old me 24/7. All right, if you're in an accident, like I said, or you're involved in some kind of insurance matter and you're just not sure, I've helped out many people with liability issues, with adverse insurance carriers, all right, and I help them to affect a better outcome for them. All right, so we do everything. All right, it's all across the board here. All right, we also have many personal injury attorney firms. All right, these are injury firms that are just big enough, all right, to get the results you want and deserve, but small enough to keep it personal. All right, so this is some of the stuff we do. As I explained, unfortunately, we were the victim of fraud. All right, and let me tell you, you can't have a weak stomach if you're going to get into business, folks. All right, and hopefully somebody out there is laughing right now and shaking their head and agreeing with me if they're in their own business. It is quite the Shark Tank out there. All right, to quote a program that we're all familiar with, but it's a Shark Tank. All right, and unfortunately, a lot of those sharks out there just they're vicious. Unscrupulous people, and unfortunately, we were involved with that type of matter, and they totally screwed us, and our website was incapacitated. All right, so we have gone to contract with a new company. They are working on a brand new website. It's going to be amazing. Sit tight, please. I know it's been frustrating, but as I said, if you do need our assistance, you can reach me at 631-452-2569. Write that number down. Put it into your phone. Give me a call. We're going to make sure that you are taken care of, all right? Whatever the matter is. Questions, all right? We got answers, all right? If you're looking to file a claim, if you're involved with a claim, it's your first time, you're unsure about something. All right, folks, remember I dedicated a show to that? All right, filing an insurance claim, if you've never done it before, it's a complex process, all right? And it can be a little daunting and somewhat intimidating. And unfortunately, from my experience, both on the body shop side and insurance side, there's just a lot of bad information. All right. Now, some of it is bad for nefarious reasons. I'm not going to lie to you. It is. All right. People say things that they know are factually untrue, or that are in the case of insurance, filing insurance claim, they know to be untrue with respect to New York State insurance law and Reg 64. But they say it anyway, right? Because they have an agenda. But you don't want to be a victim of that. right? And you won't if you listen to the show. All right, we got about 40 seconds left to the first segment. When we come back, I'm going to hit real heavy the whole thing about filing a claim and whether or not you're going to get a rate increase. And there seems to be a lot of this going on, folks, all right? So hopefully I can add a little clarification to that, all right? When that's what we're going to hit when we come back. And I'm also going to shout out the question of the day. I want somebody brave to try and answer it. We like to give away free stuff here. All right, and we are back, and I hope everyone out there is feeling all right. I'm feeling all right. As long as it's sunny out and warm, I'm feeling all right. All right, that's what we got, I think, the rest of the week. All right, I don't know what's going on with the weather, though, folks. I'm telling you, at nighttime, it just, I don't know. It still feels a little too cool for me. I don't know about everybody else. All right, so welcome back to Crash Course Radio. All right, Crash Course. All right, where we're giving you knowledge and information you need and can use and advice you can trust. All right, never more true than today. All right, you don't want to get on that slippery information highway and end up, going in the wrong direction there. All right, so we're reading the things you don't want to read, looking at the things you don't want to look at, all right, and listening to things you don't want to listen to, and then we get to come in here and disseminate that to everybody out there. All right, 631-451-1039 if you want to be part of the show. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Anchor. All right, those are some of the other places you can find Collision Services Network and Crash Course. All right, so check us out over there. Instagram's a cool thing. If you like Instagram, great. Make sure you're following us then. All right, when you're on Instagram, go to collisionservicenetwork.com and start following us. I put a lot of cool little quick tips on there, little videos. And me and my social media manager, Anthony, all right, work real hard at that stuff. Couldn't did it without Anthony, though. So doing amazing work there. All right, appreciate it. So anyway, got a lot on my mind here and a short time to get there. All right, folks, the end of the last show last week, all right, I was trying to wrap up what I was talking about pricing, body shop, all right, trying to remove the mystique. Why you go into a body shop and you get one price and you go to the other guy and you get another price, right? And why those prices always seem to be quite different than what you conjure up in your head, right? I don't know, man. Everybody with body shop, they seem to be stuck on $200. Everything's $200 or everything's, I just figured you could rub it out or buff it out. It's amazing. I just always find that hysterical. Guy will come in with a scratch and a dent and he buff that right out, buff that right out. You want to leave the dent or you just want to buff out the dirt and the paint? It's funny stuff. But on a serious note, folks, I want to kind of drill down into this, what I see as a developing, well, not a developing pattern. It's always been more of a lingering issue throughout the industry, both on the insurance and the body shop side. And that's the whole thing about making an insurance claim, right? God forbid. Oh my God, I got to call my insurance company. Okay, all the walls of dread come tumbling down. It shouldn't, right? It shouldn't, because insurance is no different than any other commodity that we buy, folks. It really isn't. In fact, I would say it's even worse because it's a commodity that we invest in over and over and over and over again, right? You pay your premium, Some of you might pay your premium for 30 years and never even put a claim in. Think about that. All that money. Would you invest that kind of money over 30 years and never expect any kind of a return, a free trip, a vacation? I don't know, a box of pencils, a free car, I don't know, something, right? But I don't know. With insurance, it seems to be, this dread, this doom. And so that brings me to, the issue of filing a claim and whether or not you're going to get a rate increase. Now, I know some of you out there, if you listened to me before, you probably like, oh, this guy talked about that before. I did. But I want to drill down into this because now times are tough. Things are tough. I get it. We're all suffering. And cash flow is tightened up. And people are thinking, hey, I don't want to just willy-nilly call my insurance company and get whacked for a higher premium bill. All right? I get that. Believe me. But I'm going to burst your bubble a little bit on that. But before I do, I'm going to throw the question of the day out there. Ready? Everybody's just sitting tight, right? I know right now they're staring at the radio going, all right, go ahead. All right, in 1976, I know we're going back here. All right, but I know everybody's got Google. Everybody's an Einstein with Google now, right? In 1976, I want the make and model of the most popular car that was on the road back then. 1976. What was the most popular make and model on the road? All right, if you were around like me in 1976, I was entering high school. I knew what it was. In fact, my old man owned one of them. Very popular car. Make and model, 1976. Give us a call, 631-451-1039. It's the North Pole here. Santa is always in the house, and we love giving away free stuff. All right, we don't have to wait for Christmas here. All right, so give us a call, 631-451-1039. All right, and get yourself a nice little gift card to Dunkin' Donuts on Crash Course and some other cool stuff, all right? What was the most popular car in 1976, make and model? All right, at any rate, let's get back to the nitty-gritty, talking about filing a claim and triggering a rate increase. I just had that this morning. I had three folks come into my shop with damage, minor to moderate damage to their car. And, I give them, everybody comes in. I don't want to go to insurance. I don't want to call my insurance company, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no problem. What do you want to do? Well, I need my car fixed. Great. I give them the price. After the eyes roll back in the head, I get the incredulous look like, wow, I thought it was going to be like a couple $100. So once we get that all out of the way and we sift through that, folks, all right, and I start to explain to them why the cost is what it is, right? I go through, right, because we're a professional operation there, V&J Auto Body. V&J Auto Body, by the way, is the amazing sponsor of Crash Course Radio. Thank you very much, James and Chandler Ravone, the new owners of V&J Auto Body. Thank you guys for your support. Appreciate it deeply. And V&J Auto Body is a state-of-the-art 21st century facility. So, of course, when I get asked why is that so much money, I'm fully prepared and capable of answering that question in a technical and also in an informative matter, right? And I do. And once we get past that, then we hit the challenge, all right? And this brings us to the whole crux of what we're talking about here today. Because everybody gets caught up in the insurance, what I call the insurance dread. Oh my God, I don't want to have to call my insurance company. Okay, folks, here's the short on this. All right, now, some people might not want to hear this. Some people are going to wave their hand, but again, I come from that industry, almost 30 years in that business. So here it goes, folks. Filing an insurance claim. All right. Well, you know what? Before I even go ahead and give the answer to that, all right, look at your premiums, okay? You should be looking at your premium, right? I talk about shopping your insurance. You should be doing that twice a year, all right? But hopefully you're keeping an eye on your premium. They went up. Everybody's premium went up, right? I don't care if you haven't had an accident in 100 years, your premium went up. Why? Inflation, all right? Cost of goods and services. Cost of goods and services is real expensive in the auto body industry. It's a petroleum-based industry. Your premiums went up. You didn't even do anything. Forget about calling the insurance company. They probably don't even know who you are if you haven't filed a claim in 30 years, but they know where you are because they raised your premium, right? All right, so now with that in mind, guess what, folks? When you put a claim in, all right, because this is what we get. I deal with this all day long, probably once, twice a day, all week long. And it is becoming more commonplace, so I really feel like I need to attack this premise here. Calling your insurance company, filing an insurance claim. All right, two things. This is it. Two things are going to put you in the realm of possibility of having a rate increase. All right, those two things are frequency, how often and how many claims you put in, and liability. All right, are you at fault? Okay, is there a recovery? All right, that's a subcategory of the liability. All right. So if you're not at fault, is there a recovery? Is there somebody that I can go to? ABC Insurance Company. Mr. Smith, I got to pay you $10,000? It's not your fault. Darn it. Oh, can I get that money from somebody else? Did the guy that hit you, was he around? All right. So these are the things, folks. That's it. It's as simple as that. It's not the dollar amount because people get all caught up in the dollar amount. I'm here to tell you, it's not the dollar. Whether they pay $1 or $100,000 doesn't matter. It matters whether you're at fault. And it matters about how many claims and what the frequency of those claims are. You put in a lot of claims and it's not your fault. Putting a lot of vandalism in, comprehensive, you're either the most unlucky guy in the world or something else is going on. And you don't want to know what the something else is because that's bad. All right? All right, there's that amazing song. All right? Love it. Brings me back. Brings back the good memories. Driver's Seat. Enjoy the music. We'll see you on the other side. For over 35 years, the Cacciatore family has provided state-of-the-art auto collision repairs. V&J Auto Body is not only certified to repair all makes and models, V&J is one of the few auto body repair shops certified by Tesla to repair and recalibrate their automobiles, as well as other electric and hybrid vehicles. Detailed repairs combined with award-winning concierge service makes V&J the only choice for your collision repair needs. V&J will pick up your automobile wherever on Long Island you are, provide you with a rental, and deliver your vehicle when the job is complete. Too good to be true? Visit VJAutobody.com. That's VJAutobody.com. Come over and meet the crew. VJ Auto Body's 2 state-of-the-art facilities are equipped with the latest technologies in auto repair. Let V&J communicate with your insurance company for you and deliver back to you a detailed, perfectly repaired vehicle. Contact V&J Auto Body by visiting VJAutobody.com or call 631-226-0070. That's 631-226-0070. All right, I'm feeling all right. I hope everyone else is. Welcome back to Crash Course with your humble host, Peter Crouch, where we're frustrating the heck out of the insurance guys with one arm tied behind my back. I tell you, it's raw talent. I don't know where it comes from, but we'll take it, especially at my age. 631-451-1039. If you want to be part of the show, give me a call. You got something to say, something on your mind. We love to chat here at Crash Course. All right, so I was talking about what I see as a growing trend with people, and folks, I mean that seriously. I'm not saying that to, as some cliche, it's a growing trend, like we see everything's a trend today, right? It's a growing trend. But seriously, I mean, I've been on the body shop side for, I can't believe it, 8.5 years now. And I can safely say that when I started on the body shop side, it was very rare that I had to really put together a presentation, more or less, about why people should be choosing their insurance company rather than trying to twist themselves into a pretzel to pay for damage to their car. Again, this is probably the result of a lot of things that have transpired between that, within that time frame, notwithstanding COVID, people's uncertainties about the future, and of course what we're currently facing, which is a daunting economy, right? I mean, let's face it, things aren't the cheeriest. I get all that. However, the reason why I drill down into this is you're paying for that, all right? And you are a party to that. Insurance company is one half of that contract. You are the other. All right? I know it doesn't seem like it because you're like, just pay them and and that's it. Yeah, it's a contract, okay? And like any other contract, there's expectations built in there that are placed on both parties, right? You and them. The expectation on them is what? You're getting a loss. You're getting a situation where, hey, I got an economic problem here, man. I need help. And you guys promised me that you were going to be there and you're going to take care of me. That's the expectation on them. The expectation on you is you're going to cooperate. You're going to report the claim, report the incident within a reasonable time. All right, and you're going to help the insurance company whenever possible to recover the money they give you. Great, pretty cut and dry, right? But the biggie for them is pay. Right? They promised you that if you got into a situation, regardless of fault, they were going to pay you. They're going to pay you money. That's what they do. Insurance companies pay money. They don't make widgets. They don't solve world hunger. They don't try and cure cancer. All right? They pay money. They collect a lot of money, try and make money on that money, right? And then they pay it out. So they issue checks. They're like a check issuing company. So that's the big mystique around the insurance industry. I mean, I know that's boiled down to its least common denominator. There's a lot of other little moving parts in there, but that's pretty much how it goes. All right, so when it comes to whether or not, I don't know if I want to call my insurance company, the rates are going to go up. Ask yourself this. If I turn around and tell you it's going to cost you $6,000 to fix that car, and you're worried about a premium increase, let's say I tell you it's possible you are going to get a premium increase, right? That premium increase is going to be what, folks? $100? $200 if you're really bad, right? Now, you spread that out over 12 months. Is that over $6,000? No. So why would you ever consider paying a $6,000 claim? Why would you ever consider paying a $1,000 claim when the highest premium increases I've ever seen were maybe $300 for the year? And you got to be really bad. Right? You got to be the guy that's smacking up your car once a year. All right, so do the math. I'm no mathematician. In fact, I'm horrible at math. But I think if you spread that out over 12 months, it's still a lot less money than $1,500. Let's say, right? You come into me and you got your bumpers all cracked up. I need a bumper. No problem. It's going to cost you $2,500. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Well, the bumper, the paint, the labor, the overhaul time. I got to blend the adjacent panels. $2,500, right? $1,500 for a real El Cheapo bumper. It's a lot of money, folks. I know. Listen, I know if I had it, I wouldn't want to write a check for $1,500 to put a bumper or a headlight or something. Geez, some of these headlights, folks, I don't know if you know what you're driving, but some of these cars, the headlights are anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. On average, they're about $1,500 now. That's a lot of money in my book. So I just want everybody to kind of think about this. All right, think about it, okay? Because you really gotta take a hard look at things when it comes to file an insurance claim. All right, I know because everybody goes through this. No, I shouldn't say everybody. That sounds stupid. You don't want to say everybody, but a larger majority of people, all right, are now in a dilemma when they come to me. All right, I go out, look at the car. All right, what are we doing? I want to pay out of pocket. Okay, no problem. What do you got? Bop, 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 bop. All right, here's how much it's going to be. Oh, what do you mean? I said, well, if you're asking me, I said, you need to call your insurance company. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to file an insurance claim. Why not? My rates will go up. Your rates will go up. Are they going to go up $3,000? Right? They're not, folks. And again, remember, please, everyone within earshot of the show today, listen to me. There's only two major reasons why you will fall victim to a premium increase outside of economic reasons, which we all just got hit with. Right? Because they can raise your rate at any time. You're going to be the most stellar insured. You got stickers on your car. I love this company. I love that. I've been with these guys for 40 years. Blah, blah. You're still going to get a rate increase. Doesn't matter. Economics. Right? They got bills to pay. And things get expensive. They raise the premium. But remember, okay, and this is very important. Hopefully I got through to a few people out there today. All right, because it's really it's what I perceive to be a major. I don't want to say issue, but it's a major case of misinformation. Right, we talk about that on the show here jokingly, but it's people being misinformed. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it gets back to this mystique about the insurance guy, the big old bad insurance company. I don't know. But I worked in an industry for almost 30 years, all right? And I'm telling you right now, folks, please, you're going to get a rate increase, okay, for liability. You drive into the back of somebody, you drive through a storefront, you back your car into somebody, you run somebody over, you're at fault, all right? You make a left turn in front. Folks, left turn. Here's a news flash. Please listen to me. When you're making a left turn, you're wrong. I don't care if the guy was doing 100. You're wrong. All right, I just slipped that one in there today for you. These are things that are going to they're going to trigger a rate increase. Okay? Another thing they'll trigger is frequency. Are you putting in, do you put in 2 claims, 3 claims a year for collision? Right? Are you putting a lot of junk claims? What we used to call junk claims in the insurance industry. Junk claims, comprehensive claims, other than collision, right? Tree fell on my car, guy vandalized my car, baseball hit my car, that type of thing. Tire blew up while I was driving, and as a result, I slid off the road. All these junk claims, all right? You're putting a lot of those in. Listen, they might look at you and either they're going to say, boy, this guy's either very, very unlucky or he's just very irresponsible. They're probably going to go with irresponsible with a rate increase. All right? All joking aside. That's it, folks. Recovery a little bit, right? Can they get their money back? Is there a place where we can go fishing to get our money back that we got to pay you? That gets them even more excited. All right, if they can go get money from somebody. But generally speaking, folks, that's it. Now, again, I safely tell people when they come to me and they ask me that question, because I get asked that question all the time, they're going to increase my insurance. And I get this deer in the headlight look as they're looking at me. I can't stand in front of you and go, you're not going to get a rate increase. I don't know. I mean, honestly, there's no black and white answer to that. All right, because the question of rate increase comes under what's called underwriting. And underwriting takes in a whole slew of parameters about you. Okay, which is why, if you remember a few shows back, please go to Spotify and you can find the show, because I talked about why you don't want to plug in any kind of device that gives the insurance company the ability to collect information on you. Because guess what they do with that information? It goes to underwriting. And the underwriters, we used to call them the busybodies. Crunching all numbers and crunching all kinds of data. And you're giving them data. Think about it. You're plugging this thing in and voluntarily giving them data that they're going to use against you to do what? Give you a rate increase. Or worse, drop you. All right? So please, no devices. I don't care how much money they say they're going to save you or how many lollipops or, freebies they're going to send you. Forget it. You don't want them inside your car. You don't want them inside your life. No thanks. I'm good. All right. Otherwise, you'll be getting a rate increase and who knows what else from underwriting. All right. We got about 50 seconds left, folks. Listen, all seriousness, your insurance is a commodity. It's something you pay for. We all pay for. All right. And if the time comes and there's a need, then you need to use it. It makes no financial sense at all for you to not use your insurance coverage. It's what it's there for. All right. And the other thing about getting dropped, that's a whole other thing. Maybe we'll touch on that next week. All right. All right. We're going into our final segment here. When we come back on the break, I'm going to do a little shout out and some house cleaning. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Crash Course with your humble host, Peter Crouch. We are in the final segment here, and I hope you've enjoyed the show so far. Talking about some serious stuff, but trying to add a little levity to it. I try and put a little comedic spin on things when I can. All right, so hopefully we accomplish that. We were talking about having to call your insurance company, right? All kidding aside, right? You get in an accident, God forbid, nobody's hurt. But, whatever. I mean, maybe you don't get in an accident, maybe something happens to your car and you need it fixed, right? A headlight gets broke, a taillight gets broke, the metal panel around it is smashed. You can't just go buy a taillight or a headlight and throw it in there. It won't fit. Or maybe something serious, right? God forbid, you get in an accident. Right? You got to call your insurance company, right? A lot of people, there is, for whatever reason, there seems to be a larger majority of people who, when they come down to see me, all right, a V&J Auto Body, I get the insurance challenge, I call it. The insurance dread, the wall of dread comes down when I tell them, you got to call your insurance company, right? I get the deer in the headlight look, I give them the price, the eyes roll back, all right, because they have to call insurance. But as I said, and as I ended up the last segment, insurance is a commodity, folks. It's no different than anything else we pay for. Medical insurance, whatever it is, fraud protection, all right? All these different things we pay for in our lives, right? We pay for them for a reason, obviously, right? Either we're paying for them to so we can do things with them or produce something with them, get, pleasure from it with them, protection, right? Peace of mind, right? That's what insurance gives us, right? Peace of mind, financial peace of mind. So, to allow yourself to get into the, drink the Kool-Aid that I like to say of misinformation about, you call your insurance company, that's it. They're going to drop you. All right, let me touch on the getting dropped. All right, real quick, because that kind of dovetails with what I spoke about here today. So, along with what causes a rate increase? All right. Now, folks, I don't want anybody to read in this because I know there might be some people driving out there going, "No, that's not right." There's other reasons they might raise your rates. There are, of course, there is, but there is a general rule. All right. There is a general principle that applies to rate increases, and those principles are liability and frequency. Okay. Now, are there other things around that? Yes. All right. There are some other little things, and I said that. Again, this is just a boiled down, common denominator type of discussion here. It's to simplify things for information purposes. But generally speaking, that's it. Now, let me talk about the getting dropped. All right, that's another thing too. Oh my God, I'm making insurance claim. They're going to drop me. They're going to drop me. Why are they going to drop you? Right? Think about that for a second. They don't make any money unless you pay them. Okay? So if you're paying them for 20 years and you never had a claim and now you got to put a claim in, I don't care if it's for $10,000, $10 million, doesn't matter. You put a claim in. Why are they going to drop you? You just paid them for 10 years without a claim. All right? Folks, you don't get dropped when you use it. There was a big rumor going around, I remember for a while there with it had to do with the Good Hands people. All right, we're not going to give these companies any free advertising here because God knows they do a good job of that without us. All right, but I'll just say the Good Hands people. And, everybody's like, oh, well, they drop you, they drop you, they drop you. They don't drop, folks. Insurance companies aren't in the business of dropping people, okay? And again, that's, by the way, that's not an industry term. In the industry, we used to call it canceled, termination, non-renewal, all right? But for layman's terms out here with us, we'll leave it a drop. All right, I got dropped. My insurance company dropped me. All right, there's a lot of other things, tangible and non-tangible, that are going into getting dropped. All right, so let's put that in the box that it belongs in. All right, you're not getting dropped, folks. You put a claim in, you're not going to be dropped. All right. There are other things in the background there. Yeah, you might, right? I don't know what your history is. I talked about that, right? Claim history, frequency. That's a reason for a rate increase. Well, guess what? It's a reason for it being dropped. You're putting in five claims a year in for anything. Junk claims, I explained, right? Collision claims. And then you might turn, well, they're not my fault. No, they're not, but you keep hammering us with claims. We're paying out more in claims than you're giving us in premium. Yeah, I mean, you're setting yourself up for a possible, scenario there to get dropped. But anyway, to wrap this all up, we got about four and a half minutes. To wrap this all up, folks, remember this, okay? In a purely economic sense, right, unless you're talking a couple $100, right, and I can assure you very little is a couple $100, unless you're coming to me for a professional detail job, stand and polish, even that's going to run you between $200 to $700. Outside of that realm, folks, everything's going to be thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. Is your premium going to go up thousands of dollars? No. Okay? It's not happening. So, remember this. Remember what was said here today. If you get into a predicament, right, and you come to a body shop, if you don't come to V&J, but you go to one of our amazing network partners, all right, like High-End Collision in East Islip. Want to give a shout out to those guys out there, Sean and Brian. Hope you guys are listening today. High-End Collision in East Islip. All right, if you go roll up to them, they're going to look at your car, going to give you a fair assessment. They're probably going to tell you got to call your insurance. Remember, hey, I'm okay. I listened to Peter Crouch on Crash Course, and I'm okay with that. We're going to file a claim. All right, it's that's the way it is. Right, that's the way it is. All right, it's a commodity. It's a service. It's a contract. All right, remember that. You're paying for this. Year over year, a lot of us. With nothing. All right, I dedicated a show to that. Right, the problem with insurance, right? Any kind of a service industry, what's the problem? There's no tangibility, right? The checks keep going out, but I'm not seeing anything here. I'm not getting anything back. Used to be the good old days. They'd send you a decal to put on your car, maybe a shirt, right? A pencil set. You don't get anything today. But you still keep paying. All right? So don't be bashful. Don't be shy. Pick up the phone and let it fly. Is a little jingle for the day there on Crash Course. All right? But all serious, folks. All right? You should never be uptight about wanting or needing. I shouldn't say want, but needing to use your insurance coverage. Okay? It's something we pay for. All right? It's a matter of public policy. All right, it is a commodity. It is something that we pay for, right, for peace of mind. And if you're in a predicament, all right, and you're looking at a $1,500 bill, a $2,000 bill, a $3,000 bill, folks, you're calling your insurance company. Remember that. You're calling your insurance company. All right, that's what they're there for. They expect that. They expect to get called because that's the promise they made to you. All right, and remember what I said here today. All right, rate increase. rate increase. Even in a worst case scenario, if your rate is going to go up, is it going up thousands of dollars? No, not at all. All right? So the answer then to your dilemma is call the insurance company. Why should you stress yourself? Think about this. Why stress yourself financially when you have the ability to have the insurance company pick up the tab? And then, listen, you're going to be responsible for some of that, right? We have a deductible. We're going to talk about that next week, too, the deductible issue. You have a deductible, right? I talked about that on the show. But we're going to drill down into that and go in a different direction. All right, the deductible. So you're responsible for some of it anyway. All right? But like I said, if you have in a predicament, your car's injured, your car's busted up, and you got to get things fixed, all right? And you go roll up on a body shop like Paul and his crew, all right? Paul over at Northern Boulevard Collision in Great Neck. If you're in that neck of the woods and you roll up to Northern Boulevard Collision, all right? Those guys are going to take good care of you over there. And Paul turns around and tells you, hey, man, you got a lot of damage here. We got to call the insurance company. You're going to turn around and be like, you know what, Paul? You're exactly right. And I heard Peter Crouch on Crash Course tell me that that's the right thing to do, because I'm good with that. All right? And then they're going to help you make that claim and make sure that everything goes great from start to finish. Hey, folks, we got 40 seconds left. All right? Looks like it's the end of another amazing show here, Crash Course Radio. I hope everybody learned a little something today. I hope maybe I set some people's minds at ease. All right? And nobody took a shot at the question of the day, so that means it's coming back next Tuesday. We're going to keep hammering this until we get somebody that we can give free stuff away to. All right, listen, everybody, enjoy the rest of the week. Be safe. I will see you next Tuesday. Come on.